Oh my gosh, it's time for Ninja Steel.
Super, 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 super,
Looks like it's gonna do anyways, Ninja Steel.
super, 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 super.
Oh, anyways, let's get this show started. Anyways, Ninja Steel. Yeah, I didn't feel any enthusiasm in that, so oh well. Anyways, this is episode 5 of Super Ninja Steel, but technically episode 27, Game Plan. Now, before I start, I really got to talk about the fact of, oh my gosh, man. There's two things I have to mention that's really sad. And they're both Disney thumbs up, sadly. Oh my gosh, Disney gets to have a thumbs up from me. Oh my gosh. Anyways, number one is from Ninja Storm. In Ninja Storm, they decided to do computer generated, and personally, even looking at what happened in Hurricane, I'm like, that's a good idea. Computer generated gerbil, smart idea. Then we get to Dino Thunder. Dino Thunder, they did the exact same thing you just did in this damn freaking episode. Too bad you don't even make a callback to it either. That's even worse. It's like not even a callback. And Dino Thunder, Ethan actually played this one game. I think he didn't get absorbed in the game. Instead, some horrible thing happened when he tried to do a cheat code, and he got all the monsters that was in the game in the real world. That's like, oh man. And it's pretty cool because it does remind me, and it wasn't by accident, it reminds me that parts that happened in the original Ninja Turtles movie where they were in that, technically they were in April's father's shop slash place, and the second people come in, they're like attacking, and oh my gosh, it's so crowded in that freaking damn place, and they're fighting, and it's like, dude, that episode, I wish I was watching that episode instead of this, because that episode, it just brings the whole, what just happened? Oh well, we gotta fight anyways, keep fighting. All right, let's get started, shall we? So they're at school, and looks like all the students are playing the game from Nintendo. Nope, not from Nintendo. They have a crappy freaking system. They have a crappy handheld that's only for that game. So technically, they're doing Tiger Electronics or some kind of bullcrap. Even though I wish they would have done something very cool and sneaky. But sadly, they allow Victor and Monty become not what they were, which I'm like, yeah, they should have been rich millionaires, and it would have been cool that the monster already had a plan, and the monster decided to use Victor and Monty since, well, Victor and Monty's being a freaking annoyance to all the monsters, so they decided to just screw them over a little bit and get some cash, and they get cash, and basically they're the ones who actually make it so that the freaking handhelds are produced by those two. That sounds awesome. That sounds freaking damn awesome. And at least it's like, yeah, so they tried the whole bust and they're still trying to do it. But this episode, since the monster's only in game, you can't do the gag of where they're trying to freaking So in this case, it would be the idea of, if we have to freaking evolve them, they basically would be like, all right, some benefactor gave us technology and we're able to mass produce this game, and the third person that, of course, don't get casted, but basically be like, that's a great idea. Even though you guys don't know anything about electronics, it's a great idea. It looks like we can mass produce them, and looks like we have a third party who can actually do that. So basically, the monster is using Victor and Monty to make those games and sending them out, which is pretty damn awesome. Hey, it's better than the other crap that they have them in this episode doing. But anyways, Preston is the only one playing from the Rangers, and it's called Game Goblin. Also, that's the freaking name of the monster. And there's a fly cam in the school. Oh my gosh, what the freak, man. But anyways, Preston got one for everyone. So we made sure that everyone's covered. We cut to the monsters. And it looks like the monster is the reason why the game, of course, like I said, the monster is the one that made the game. And the question is, how did you guys give those out? It's like, yep, that's why you kind of needed Victor and Monty in this. Because it would be cool that you had someone secretly do it. I would love it if you would have just had Bodana be like, okay, well, there you go. Bodana in human form. And she looks like a businesswoman. And she's the one that's selling those and put them in stores and everything. Problem solved. But thanks, guys. You just showed that they came from a store somewhere. We just don't know the full details. And it's like, wow. So we're dedicating more to Victor and Monty instead of answering the question of where the hell did the games come from and how the frick did Preston get five more. Yeah, that's pretty weird. I would have rather they have the whole thing of where they mailed them to the Rangers, because they're very special, even though it's kind of like, oh, you won the contest. It's like, we didn't win the contest, but hey, it's like, that's better than saying, oh, Preston was able to buy five more. And what store, how the frick did the monsters put it in the store? It just keeps on getting to the bull crap of, if you would have had freaking Victor and Monty be pawns of the monsters, it would have been pretty damn cool. And given, yeah, it's the craziest part. The craziest part is to be the fact of, oh, look at the freaking kids, the students. They're not going, oh my gosh, man, we want a refund. It's like, okay, so you got Victor and Monty screwed over, but the people who made the game and most likely made money out of it, they don't get to get screwed over and get refunds, and they're like, oh crap. Yeah, good job, Cat Lady. Good freaking damn job, Cat Lady and other person. And well, Jude Lin is just sitting there, sadly. He's just sitting there trying to say something, but they're not listening. Well, anyways, they got the monster, and the monster is digital. He's a digital version, and I'm like, he only lives in digital? Okay. And of course, he talks about the fact of, well, you eat deeper crap, and if he has a full bar, he can reach full power. And then we get back to the school, and the science teacher, let me tell you, the science teacher, she's kind of cute. It's like, oh my gosh, here we go again with this guy. So the science teacher in science class, they're all playing the game behind her back. So every time she goes to the freaking board and writes something, they're playing the game. But as soon as she's facing them, they hide it. I do have to admit, that's pretty funny. That's a pretty funny scene. Good job for you on that one. Too bad you couldn't do it for the rest of the stuff. Anyways, Victor is the one, because she was able to stop everyone from playing, but there's one person that's still playing it, and we hear it, but we don't know who. And it turns out Victor was smart enough to actually have a picture of himself hiding the fact that he's doing it. Given I do actually understand the fact of, if Victor and Monty weren't in school anymore, then what they're going to do now? It's like, yeah, well, I don't think we even need that. It's like, yeah, that part would have just been cut out. And it's like, yeah, just playing it, and they just cut away to Preston be like, oh crap, I forgot to do my homework. But anyways, yeah, so he painted a picture of himself, or had a Polaroid of himself, so it looks like he's there listening, but he's actually not. Pretty cool, I guess. And you're gonna wait, the science teacher is taking the game to Lost and Found. What? To Lost and Found, not the principal's office, not to just be held. Instead, they call it Lost and Found. Is like, well, someone can easily grab it, right? And of course, yeah, they could easily say, oh yeah, but Victor's the one that she said it belongs to him. It's like, no, not really. She just said Victor's not allowed over there. She didn't say anything about Victor actually is the one that owns that. So technically, could have got stolen. So yeah, that's usually what happens with Lost and Found. It's like someone can easily freaking damn steal crap from them. So wish it was the principal's office. What, you don't get paid to give the principal, the person who plays the principal, but you paid Mrs. Bell and the teacher, so you blew the budget to get the principal here. Oh, freaking damn it. Let's continue on, shall we? So Preston forgot his homework, and Brody mentions the fact of, well, game progression is not actually needed when it comes to homework, or he basically was just saying some crap, the fact of, oh, well, you shouldn't be playing the game. You should have been doing your homework. The game's not that important. And as we can see, Brody's the only one not playing the video game. That kind of is understandable, given he was the only dude in space and crap. But of course, Levi, on the other hand, he's a country music star, right? He's still got to freaking practice sooner or later. So I would figure Levi wouldn't be playing at all either. I'm just saying. It's like the two brothers should be the only ones that's not playing. And Levi actually is playing outside on his guitar, waiting for everyone to start their training. He's in the training gear. He's playing on his guitar, and he's waiting for the others. But yeah, anyways, ninjas are going to train, or the Rangers are trying to go to train, but Preston's missing, and Preston might be at level 9. I'm not sure. But anyways, yep, the monster's at full power. He absorbs the Rangers in the game. Oh, what the fuck? Yeah, so and Brody was able to take it was kind of cool. It's like that was a good moment where Brody interacted with Levi and was like, "Hey, bro, what the hell? Give me the game back." It's like that is kind of how brothers actually act. And Brody actually was able to save himself. Will save Levi by accident. Yeah, that's pretty stupid. It's like I would have preferred Levi would just be out there and Brody's trying to get the games from two of them, and he gets absorbed in the game as they try to. It's like yeah, it's like put the game down. No, no, and then those two get absorbed in the same game. It's like yeah, makes perfect sense. Levi could actually just again be outside playing, and then he checks on him and like, what the hell happened? You guys really. Do you really want Levi to be a freaking damn country music star or what? I mean, seriously, what the freak? Dumb writers. Anyways, the game goblin shows himself, and again, that form is just, I don't know. The form is just kind of off putting. I don't know why. It's just off putting. But he finally shows his real self, and I actually eventually realized what he was. But I'll talk about that in a minute. But, anyways, yeah, so Brody is inside the game, and he asks, are we inside the game? It's like, dude, do you want me to get Rick over here from Rick and Morty and mention, yeah, give him the same speech he did to Morty when it came to, are we inside the car battery? It's like, yeah, definitely should get Rick over here and just allow him to freaking tell you something, Brody, because it's pretty stupid that you're actually asking this crap. So, anyways, the Rangers morph, and again, I'm like, wait, you guys hear that? You hear the revamps music in the morphing sequence? It's like, you guys hear that, right? It's not just me that they're just starting like go nee 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 nee. It's like I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one hearing that, right? Just I just want to make sure I'm not going crazy or I'm just trying to find something to say. Really, guys, that's lazy. It's like another excuse to say why you're lazy. So, anyways, the Rangers fight. The monster gets weak because, well, and the students are again. They're so involved with the game, and he was able to power himself up. Now is a special attack, controller beam, and now you have Brody and his command. So, anyways, Brody was more involved with using the Gamma Gamma gun, aka the Ninja Blaster. Yeah, he kind of forgot about the sword for a minute. But anyways, yeah, Brody actually fires at him, and apparently he gets more powerful if he's controlled, and the beam wore off. He's like, all right, well, and he got Haley, and Haley, holy freak, Haley's hardcore. Decided to use the freaking damn ninja elemental star. It's like, holy frick, man. And the monster is now out of power, and he is back. It's like, yeah, it's like going up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. The Rangers decide to retreat, and Brody actually calls Levi. Now, I do have to admit, it's pretty weird about the Ninja Com because when Brody talks to Levi, we can see inside his helmet. That's pretty weird. That's pretty damn weird. I'm sorry, but that's kind of weird. So, anyways, Levi is like, oh, well, I have to look for Preston. The monster actually, yeah, game goblin found the Rangers. Preston's now on level 9. And Levi actually is figuring out how the monster is getting energy. And Levi goes to Preston. The teacher gives the freaking, yeah, it gives the thing to Mrs. Bell. Like I mentioned, Mrs. Bell. So, Victor and Monty, here we go again. Oh boy, you're trying to figure out how to get the game and you decide to actually do something from last episode. That's kind of good. The fact that you decide to use the fishing rod from last episode. Okay, I guess that would be okay, I suppose. I suppose that'll be okay. But anyways, Mick actually gets to debrief on what's going on with that, and then apparently they said affected games. I'm like, affected games? So hold on. Are you trying to tell me that those are also ones that were specifically made for the Rangers to get absorbed in? And it's like I it's just freaking hurting my head. It's like, okay, so Preston was able to buy those, right? Oh my gosh, it just gets pretty stupid. It's like, my gosh, I don't understand. It's like, yeah, looking at this is like, my gosh, if I think too much about this, I'm gonna get a major headache. So let's just continue on and say screwed infected games idea. So Mick is not helping with the solution. It's like, what? But Mick, you're the one who's supposed to do the lesson of the day. What's up with that? And Preston actually feels guilty because he's the one who bought those games and gave them to the Rangers. It would be kind of weird if they didn't buy them and he just was able to snag them, even though it's kind of weird. It's like, yeah, you would figure they bought them. And I would say bought them for $30. $30. Uh, Weird, man. It's like, yeah, this is really flawed. It's so flawed. It's not even funny. It's flawed. Anyways, they try to figure out a plan. Preston decides to be like, okay, you two got this. I'm gonna go in the game and help them out. And the cool part is that while looking, notice like if you pause it this moment, if you're able to pause it, knowing where I am, you'll see on the right side there's some Ninja Arsenal stuff. It's like, yeah, so thank goodness they actually put the toys that kids buy, the ninja training stuff. Yeah, they decided to put it in the freaking TV show. So it's like, oh, for collectors, well, lucky you. You guys get to buy those because it was in a TV show, even though it was only on the damn wall. Damn. Anyways, Mick finally has a plan. The monster is getting stronger. Preston comes to their aid. And this is where I remember the freaking monster. So I'll talk about what they could have done at the end. So, anyways, yeah, I remember the monster finally. Controller beam on Preston. It's Brody versus Preston, and the others versus the Game Goblin. Preston was on the ropes. He was about to get screwed over, and Preston was called to help the monster, help Game Goblin. He's like, help me, man. And Preston actually had the Rangers at bay. Preston's versus the Rangers, and here's where it gets to, oh my gosh, are you fucking kidding me? It's like, yeah, I noticed like in the last episode that they started to revamp the freaking morph thing with dee 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 dee, and it turns out this episode they decided to be like, hey, you know what would be cool? Let's revamp Broken Skull's theme song. What? Are you fucking kidding me? So not only oh my gosh, you guys are idiots. Man, I can't talk about this. Monty distracts when Victor tries to actually get his stuff back, and I was like, what do you think about Mrs. Bill? No thanks. No thanks at all. And, well, Victor tried to do it, and of course, it's a back and forth crap. And, well, it turns out Mrs. Bell has a wig. Victor was able to hook on her wig, and then somehow, with Mrs. Bell's powerful strength, was able to pull freaking Victor down from the ceiling. Well, that's good for you, girl. That's good for you. I mean, where were you when the monster attacked the freaking damn school a couple of times? It's like, I'm pretty sure you would be a cool, funny fight where you try to beat the crap out of the monster. The monster most likely has to be like, oh, get out of here, you damn lady. And that would be kind of cool to actually watch. Anyways, Mick tries to stop them to play Game Goblin. And, well, here's the interesting part. The interesting part is Mick tripped over the freaking mop. What I kind of figure is that Mick was going to do something with water. Yeah, of course, I thought it was very stupid where he's going to start mopping and then oops, whoops, 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 and just kept on slapping the mop on the freaking game on the handhelds. But of course, now thinking about it, it's like, Mick could have did the sprinkler system. And the sprinkler system would have destroyed all the handhelds, given it would also destroy many of the other freaking electronics. But of course, since the series doesn't give a about that, that means that, hey, they can destroy whatever the frick they want and it's not going to be any consequences. It's like, yeah, so instead of doing the idea of using water, they decided to get Levi dressed up in goblin makeup and saying, this is what happens when you get to level 10. And I'm like, what the fucking hell is this? It's like, come on, man, really? These are teenagers. Teenagers will scoff at them. It's like, personally, I would have wished that they would have done the craziest idea of maybe even plan B, is that, oh my gosh, Levi Weston, he's doing a private concert in the auditorium. Holy shit. And they all leave their freaking handhelds to go freaking see Levi Weston. Durr. Anyways, Victor continues to play. Monty actually helps him in quotations destroy the handheld. Even though Victor was trying to play, but freaking Monty tripped him and destroyed. Meanwhile, Preston was able to snap out of it thanks to Mick and Levi. He kind of faints a little bit, and Blue Ranger finishes the monsters off. Bonus level somehow. They don't even need a beam, but of course, hey, whatever. Dragon formation of the Megazord. Why? Why? I get stock footage, but at least freaking show that the Rangers switch pilots. It's like, yeah, the Red Ranger's still piloting it, even though it's like, why not let the Blue Ranger pilot it, you dumbass idiot? But okay, fine, forget. So the controller beam stops the Megazord. They decide to use the Astro Ninja Steel Megazord. Another controller beam, Surfer Zord Megazord. They're able to block the beam, and then they start dodging it, and they do the finish off, and again, revamp of Mighty Morphin. It's like it's like they're using the licks. What the frick, man? Anyways, they're using the Ultra Star Blazooka, and the monster's defeated, of course. Back at school, Levi cleans up from the makeup, and Levi does have a good question. It's like, wait, if Mick can actually shapeshift, why the fuck did Levi have to use the makeup? Apparently, freaking Mick, even though he's usually the one with the lesson of the day, decides to make the dumbest idea ever of an answer, saying, "Oh, but it was fun to do it with you. It was fun to have you dressed up in makeup. It was fun putting makeup on you." Mick, really? You're the one who is responsible for lesson of the day? Really? Him? This dumbass? Anyways, the Rangers return from the game. Preston apologizes. Brody's the only one who is not into the games. Yeah, of course, you can figure that out. So, time to train. And Mick tells Preston what they did, the fact of how they made him stop playing the video game. Preston does make a point. I kind of forgot what it was. Then we see what Bodana actually is responsible for when it comes to the monsters. Bodana actually is responsible for actually making monster cameos. So that means that every single monster that showed up ever since episode 2, she was the one that booked the monster. There we go. She actually is resourceful. And of course, Cosmo's playing the game. And what they decided to do is that Cosmo's playing the game all the way to episode level 10. And well, it turns out the curse is real. Oh yeah, Preston made the point of, I wonder what happened if you did make it to level 10 on the game. Well, they decided to use the freaking monsters, and well, the curse is actually real. Hardy har har. Alright, that's for the episode. Again, the episode is weird as frick. How they could have made the episode different using the same exact thing. Of course, they go their own way, but I'm like, hey, this is how you do it. The monster they used was actually the Blue Ranger's lawnmower in the original version. So what you do is basically say, hey, his dad actually has a proposition for him. He's like, if you actually do this or have like some kind of thing or something, the dad would do something very special for Preston. I don't know what. The writers are here for that crap. So basically, Preston's trying to figure out what he can do, and he sees someone using a lawnmower and it's kind of not working exactly the way it should. So he's like, oh, I'm going to make a lawnmower that actually is more efficient. Oh my gosh, writers. Is that hard to freaking write? So basically, with Sarah's help, he was able to make a prototype. And sadly, when it comes to Lady Odious, but of course, in the series, Lady Odious does not know how to use magic at all. She only does it 2 times. Means that she's a freaking damn novice. Means that Preston could actually kick her ass in magic. But let's just say, by craziness, she's able to create her own monsters instead of actually using Galaxy Warriors. So what she does is actually says, well, Preston, you think you're a master of magic, huh? Well, let me see what happens if you have destroyed the creation that you created. And basically, she used her magical spell, turned that freaking lawnmower into a monster, and now Preston has to deal with the fact of, oh, frick, if we destroy this monster, will it destroy my lawnmower? And there you go. There you go. But apparently, no. They decided to go with this bullcrap. Oh boy. Oh my gosh, this is what you get having a cat lady, a dude doing short films, and Jude Law not being able to do anything. Anyways, thank you for watching and stay tuned for another episode review of Ninja Steel.